Well, we're back to the action here between BHOP and ATK. It's ATK to take that first map, 22-20 in second overtime, and now they go to their own map pick of Mirage. I'm Boggs, joined by JRD, Swelter, our observer for the next 2 days. He's doing a phenomenal job. And, well, ATK, not necessarily a phenomenal job, but they got the job done, at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, MOTM and Bowden usually pillars of the top performers, I should say, on this ATK roster were at the bottom of the scoreboard. It was Mistim and Fady popping off with Swisher supporting well. But yeah, I mean, hopefully ATK will get things sorted, at least for MOTM and Bowden's sake, because they are typically very strong. I saw a lot of shots being missed by Bowden, just not, his timing is off. His timing is just not there right now. We'll see. We'll see. They're on Mirage. Definitely going to be a map where they're more comfortable. Certainly an Opera's paradise in a lot of ways. Well, Bowden gets the opener there. He's already answered the question if he's ready to play here as Swan goes down.
There's the opening pick for ATK on the T side, but it's all a distraction as the play is going to go in towards B. And there's nobody else left on B. Fady goes out from Palace, and he's a human decoy at that point. Bomb's going to trail out. They're going to hear all the utility going in towards B. They've realized Fady was just all a distraction, and Bomb's going to go down. Silas could get an opening pick onto Bowden for this retake in this 4v4, but Bowden will be able to get out of there alive, falling all the way back to Van, and maybe even into apartments. He's going to go all the way up into apps. I don't see a kit, though, for BHOP, and that is concerning, because it's not like there's going to be one down on the B site. There was nobody here. And Beaky's actually got the opening. MOTM just spams away Mouse 1 and gets a pair, but it's into a 2v2. That dink onto Beaky will help out. Swisher just trying to stay alive here. Can't connect the headshots he needs, and he will not be able to finish off Beaky. And Silas Domes missed him. I think there's time.
It's going to come down to the wire, and Beaky with less than a second left gets the defusal. ATK fall by the wayside, and again, I mean, it looked good in the opening moments, but ATK lose everyone in that 2v2, and their struggles to hold the bomb site, at least in pistol round, are carrying over from Inferno. Interesting.
But they do have a very nice buy now. 3 Galils, a MAC-10, and an AK up against 3 M4s, an MP9, and a Scout. So almost equivalent. The Scout on CT side, I will say, can be equivalent to a Galil, but Silas is going to mow down Mistim, and MOTM very low, down to 24 HP, getting chunked down by spams and nades. BHOP coming out of the gate hot here on the CT side. Exactly what the doctor ordered for them. They need to build up a lead early, and they are doing just that right now. So the BHOP win condition, at least what it looks like a round and a half in, it's looking good so far for them.
Yeah. Not too shabby. ATK still have a couple of players in the apartments there. We'll see if they'll be able to push on through as Swisher primes his utility. The only piece in the round. It's a flashbang. Getting ready to toss it so that Fady can try and push forward and get a couple of frags here, which is exactly what they need. Flashbang doesn't connect on anyone. And Beaky and Brett, they're just tucked in here. They're waiting for contacts, and they win both. Brett gets a second one for himself. MOTM the last one standing, and he will only get one before falling. BHOP a clean second round.
Very clean round 2 from BHOP. Exactly what they need to build up their bank early on the CT side. And well, we mentioned this after last map. Both teams much stronger on the CT side than the T side. So we can expect both teams to do much stronger in the blue than on the... Is it yellow? Is it mustard? Looks like a honey mustard almost. I don't really know what to call that color, but the tannish beige of the T side. And we can expect the CT sides to definitely have a lot more of an advantage. There's Eris getting the first kill. Mistim will trade one back onto Silas, but he will not be able to get more, as Eris will swing around. Swisher's actually in through Rat Hole, though, and he can get in behind and do whatever he really wants. Spots out one by Van. He might have been spotted, but yeah, they're converging on his position. He can't get by Brett. And now Bowden and MOTM with Glocks in hand are going to be able to get a bit more damage to Brett. Is down to 2 HP. And MOTM with the bomb, a Glock, who I believe has been equipped to burst. Yeah, he gets the burst kill onto Brett. Just needed one shot, and he gets one into the head. We'll probably not be able to do too much more, though. Jumping around window again. Can pick up the M4 and maybe do a little more damage with it. And look who's waiting at the top of stairwell, though, John. Beaky's in a prime spot to shut this down, especially as MOTM runs backwards.
All right, MOTM not going to bring anything in the next round. It doesn't matter, though. ATK were saving, and here they go. Again, Austin, for a second consecutive map, down 3-0 in the early goings. And they're going to try and bring it back now. AK's across the board. Full util set for everyone except for Fade. He's only short one piece. He's not going to be too fussed about it, though. The question is, can BHOP keep it going? So far, their Opper Swan hasn't had a chance to get activated, but there's the big green in his hands, and he'll be looking for his first frag of Mirage. Flashbang going to get thrown for ATK to try and take this space, and Swan is actually nowhere to be found. He's playing towards Ticket, wants to be passive, and BHOP giving up window completely, and it's working out so far. Eris, in fact, towards ramp, takes down Bowden, who went for that early peek, and now BHOP with the advantage again. I mean, look, ATK loves to play Mirage. They're very good at it, but there's always that possibility that things can go wrong on this map. It is one of the most likely maps to see an upset on, and I think all of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I would agree. Mirage and Dust 2, the best upset maps of all time.
Yeah. All right.
Well, it's a little too early to be calling upset yet.
Yeah.
I definitely do see the potential for it. Because ATK don't look any different than they did with Inferno, and BHOP don't look any different either, which means they're looking good. Because they might have lost Inferno. They were still looking good. That was a great shot onto the Abs player, and it's a man advantage on the B-side retake from BHOP, although they're taking their sweet time to get in position for it. They might end up coming up against the clock here, which could definitely hurt them, as about half of that bomb timer is going to really tick off, and never mind, Swisher's gone. This is a BHOP round. This has to be a BHOP round now.
Maybe. Well, Silas TK's Eris! What is going on? MOTM gets Beaky. 1v1. Swan managed to get the quickscope through the wall into MOTM. The question is, does he have time? He does. He has the kit. Whew, a sigh of relief for BHOP as they take a fourth round, but that one got a lot closer than it should have and is so expensive for the BHOP side. They can absorb it, should still have a good buy-up. Swan can drop the A1S for Beaky, wow, which he will, as you see. But man, some of these rounds just absolutely wild how they're panning out. BHOP with a very nice 4-0 lead now, though. The thing is, ATK with the full loss bonus in the bomb plant, they're right back to it. 4 AKs and the big green. Swan's going to toss a quick Molotov towards A ramp, but ATK, they want to get that mid control, it seems like, on a consistent basis here. And once more, they find it, but it's being given to them for the most part. Only one player lurking around towards mid. I think it's been Silas pretty much every time so far. They're not really fighting it. They want ATK to take this space and come to them on either bomb site.
ATK are just probing around right now. Brett has the option to get that opening kill, and he will do that with taking 6 points of damage. That's a very good efficiency of that opening pick, and ATK have not really been able to get anything at all going on this T-side start. Not quite time to be sounding the warning bells just yet.
No.
It's not collision course in the Red October, but things aren't looking great.
No. Look, we have to bear in mind that their T-win percentage considerably lower than their CT win percentage. T-win percentage 48% in CT, as mentioned before, 72.4, and well, this round is over. Brett just got pretty much everything done, and Beaky takes down Mistem. So ATK swept off the board in that round, and now they will be on a half buy. Maybe that's good news for them, though, because sometimes you get those half buys through, it takes a little pressure on their T side.
Yeah, I would like to see 5 out of ATK.
Yeah.
I think that 4 is still in the danger zone. And while Kenny Loggins might like the highway to the danger zone, if you're ATK, you want this one smooth. They need to get into this one early and quick. They need to make this one fast. So, for ATK, next round you need to win. Plain and simple. You cannot let BHOP go up 7. And this round, they're going to get mowed down. Silas and Brett with a couple of opening kills. One deagle response onto Eris, but Brett is still around towards stairs. That's the bomb on top of it. And Bowden gets taken out through default box. One more exit for Fady before he is finished. And there's 6. Not as clean as it could have been, but not too damaging either for BHOP. About as compromising of a round as you can get where neither team is happy. Yeah. And for ATK, this is their must-win round. You lose this round, you give BHOP the half and then some.
Oh, man. Well, BHOP. 6 rounds on the board. ATK, the big goose egg, and missed him. Could get dropped in the early goings, and he is. Silas finding him, and Eris a second onto Fady. They keep trying for this mid-control and continually are punished. Now they're going to desperately push out from Palace to get one, but Swan is good for the trade. There was a smoke by his side. Modem and Bowden, the last two standing. Bowden peering over the tippy top of that smoke, but so is his opponent, tagging him down to 54 HP. And they're trapped. They have to find a way out, not to mention MOTM underneath balcony. He's got a smoke guising his position, but he has to move on to the site quickly, and he will do that. So maybe him being in this position could catch BHOP off guard, potentially towards stairs. Bowden watching there as well, but BHOP are playing this very patiently. They do not want to give ATK an opportunity in this round. And can you blame them? Bowden, another shot missed. MOTM, the last one standing, does make it a 1v3 and has time to work with, but BHOP's not going to give him any time at all. Beaky finds the frag. BHOP up 7-0.
And here's another issue too. ATK call their timeout now, but it's not on a round where they will have a full buy, or they will have the op, they will have the utility, they will have the AKs. They can get some AKs, they can get a Galil, but it's not a full 100% buy round here. They could have used it the round prior and gone into the round where they have their best investment with much more preparation. They're calling it now, which is better than late, than never, really. It is late. But at the same time, BHOP at 7. They win this, it's pretty much 9. ATK have not even looked threatening.
No.
Aside from the one round where it was more the team kill from Silas that gave BHOP even any bit of a fuss at all. So, really, ATK have looked very muted on this map so far. They have not threatened, and BHOP haven't had to adjust anything at all. If anything, BHOP are able to get a lot more map control because of their lead, and because ATK have done nothing to stop it.
Yep. ATK need to show up on the server. Right now, they are MIA. The only man of the match right now is not on the ATK side, but on BHOP. Right now, as it stands, it's Silas with a 10-3 scoreline. Really doing some solid work in defense of the mid position, and now he's over at Ticket, and Swan, despite being flashbanged, he gets the timing. Not only was he flashed, it was through the smoke, and now he throws a smoke of his own. He's doing such a great job of holding towards Ticket. Now he gets spotted out, but the advantage again is in BHOP's hands. Look at the flank coming through potentially from Eris. He's got so much space. ATK are trapped here, Austin. This round is probably over. BHOP could take the half right here, and they absolutely will. 3 from Swan, 2 from Silas. BHOP in full control.
Full control, full momentum. They can do no wrong. Everyone's showing up. Eris is 4-4 right now, and he hasn't really had to see anybody. Swan's hitting shots while blind. Silas is mowing people down. Brett's doing a great job individually. Beaky 7-2 as well as Swan. They're not dying. They're getting their kills. They're using their utility well. They're getting in behind ATK. This is a complete and total demolition job so far of the half by BHOP. They are destroying ATK at every facet. And this is the map where you would really have favored ATK to do a little better than Inferno.
Yeah, there's really no question. They're walking out here. Here's that eco strat we talked about before with just pistols coming out, but Eris is good for one on Mistim. Probably a bomb plant coming through here for ATK, so that's at the very least going to happen. That'll help them get a full-on buy-up and more into that next round, but will they win the round is another question. I don't think so. Brett's going to get 2. Bowden and MOTM go down. Swisher and Fady, position known for one of them, that's Fady. And Swisher's not really in a position to punish, so this is probably done and dusted. They're going to stick to defusal. All 5 players survive. The economy gets even better for BHOP, and a 9th round picked up. BHOP threatening to get into double digits in only 10 rounds of play. ATK held off the board on their map pick, and this first half is almost over.
Yeah, there's 6 rounds to go. BHOP have won almost 2/3 of the half so far.
Yeah.
They're 1 round away from it. ATK have another buy-up, but is it really even... There's no fear in these ATK sides.
No, they haven't threatened at all. BHOP have not really struggled, I think, since pistol round, probably.
And that that 1 second defuse where
yes,
it was
true.
crazy
Yes, that's right.
because Silas team killed his mate. That's the only reason that one was even
But
scary.
BHOP made a mistake. That's why, right? Like you said. Oh, boy.
And Brett's got a free kill on a Bowden.
What is going on? Okay, Bowden finally gets one, but there's the trade. Control for BHOP. ATK have a player on the site, but they don't know Brett's here. There's no information. So he can punish as soon as they try to stick this plant. He's just going to wait here. Doesn't even have to. Swan finds Swisher. Missed him and Fady finds a couple for himself. Okay. He's just trying to carry the team on his back at this point. But BQL peeks around the edge of the smoke, gets the frag, and immediately tucks himself back in. Throws a Molotov on the bomb for good measure, buying more time off the clock here, as Mistim only knows the position of one player, so he has to look back and forth. And now both of them are going to push up here. Bomb gets planted at the very least. That ensures a buy will come through in the following round. But they want the win. They will not get it. It is torn from their hands by BQL. And BHOP are up 10-0 now on Mirage.
I don't like picking on individual players, but MOTM has as many kills as the rest of his team combined. Bowden, Mistim, and Fady all have 3. Swisher's 0-10.
Oh, look. It's hard to point a finger at any one player right now. I think as a unit, ATK are struggling.
I agree, from a tactical standpoint as well.
Yeah. It's just not working for them.
And they're not calling timeouts either. It's almost like they just want to take this map as a wash and go into Ancient.
Yeah.
Because they've used 1 timeout 10 rounds in.
Okay. Hey, whoa, hold on. Opening frag for ATK. Bowden gets BQL. So that's something ATK haven't really been able to work with for a few rounds, but Silas gets not 1, but 2. Peeking window at mid. MOTM needs to punish that, and he can't connect on it, so Silas gets the 2K. That early man advantage is completely erased on ATK's side, and now they're going to try and send 2 players towards the A site at ramp, which hasn't worked for them pretty much at all for the entirety of this half. And again, it will be denied by Swan through the smoke onto Bowden. Fady gets into Tetris, but he's spotted. They know he's in this position, so Eris going to peek him. Only Swisher left, and he is still kept off the board by Eris, who has himself a 2K, and 11-0 for BHOP.
Opening pick for ATK. That was it.
Jeez, it looks so good to open things up, right? I mean, you get the op pick towards B, and then afterwards, it's just everything BHOP. I don't know. This is such a strange BO3 so far, and it's only getting stranger.
They got pistols again, so a good chance for 12 for BHOP. And Brett's got all the information. He's also running, and they've not really figured out he's here. He's going to get a free kill, traded back, and that's Swisher's first kill of the game, so he opens his account finally, which is always a good start. It's a relaxing feeling when you finally break open that goose egg.
You gotta. I mean, it just lets you settle in, because you never want to have 0 on the scoreboard, and especially not for 11 rounds. And he does go down anyway. 12-0 for BHOP. Showing no signs of slowing down. I mean, 4 players in double-digit frag territory now. Pacing, their pace is a frag per round, pretty much, for those 4 players. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
No timeout again.
I mean, yeah, perhaps you're right. Maybe just accepting their fate at this point in this map. We'll see. It's far from over. They do have an excellent CT side. But if you don't win any rounds T side, you could have the best CT side ever. If you're down 15-0, it's, you know, not good. And again, not really putting up much of a fight towards mid. MOTM and Mistim are down. A site's kind of vacated from BHOP, so there is a chance potentially for ATK to punish if their util is solid and they go for a quick execute, and it absolutely will be. So let's see if they can capitalize on the space that BHOP has given them. Eris trying to close that gap, and a Molotov will land right at his feet, so likely BHOP going to be on for a retake at this point, but perhaps they're going to get aggressive on their peaks. Bomb going to get planted? No. They are full on, committed to the retake, and that's a great way to start it as Bowden gets dropped by Swan. And Swisher and Fady are the last 2 standing. Molotov will give away Swisher's position, and Swan is just watching in that direction, waiting for a target to go into his crosshairs. Fady's position known now too, and this one should be over. It is. BHOP 13-0.
Yeah. We expected BHOP to have a stronger CT side than T side. We expected ATK to have a weaker T side than CT side. Did not expect a 13-0 start for BHOP. Not to mention the fact that combined they have died 21 times in 13 rounds. They lose about 1.67 players per round right now. And that's why every single player has 5-digit money.
It's crazy.
They lose less than 2 players a round. And that's a stat line in and of itself.
Yep.
You don't ever see that. And this brings a very big question as to what Ancient's going to look like too. Because it's not like it's every aspect BHOP is performing better on right now. And T-side Mirage is a lot easier than T-side Ancient. It's going to come down to the knife round at this point as to how Ancient's going to look. This is a foregone conclusion at this point.
I mean, I think the one comfort for ATK is that Ancient is a far more strategically based map than Mirage. I mean, not saying strats aren't important in Mirage. Of course they are. But, I mean, Ancient, you can't get by without being solid in the strat book. And I think that ATK has that advantage there. I would say so, since they play it a lot more than BHOP do, and they have been solid on over the last 3 months. They could get around here. Come on, ATK. MOTM dropping Silas. 4v3. They have the HP advantage. Eris misses the spray, but finally connects onto Bowden. ATK looking to get the 1. Crack the scoreboard. Get into this match. Eris trying to stop them now. Looking around towards balcony, and he gets stoned by Swisher. Swan and Brett peeking around. Swan barely alive, and Brett sneaks up on the flank from ramp. Gets 1 and the 2nd. Brett trying to clutch the 1v3. Not like this, ATK. MOTM will go down. Brett clutches it. Goes to the bomb. Has the kit. The round is over. ATK cannot buy a round. 14-0 for BHOP. Brett shaking his head, adding a little bit of salt to the wound there with the BM. And BHOP have to be happy. There's no reason not to. 14-0. They should be celebrating.
I want to know what their team speak sounds like right now.
Oh, no. They have to take a timeout. You can't lose a 1v3 and not take a timeout. That was catastrophic.
I mean, there's a lot of rounds where they should have taken a timeout.
They're not.
At this point, it doesn't surprise me. They're checked out of this map.
What is happening?
That is a good question.
Look at that nade.
They're rushing A into the jaws of the beast. They get a lucky entry as Eris gets blinded at the right possible second. It was a very aggressive swing. But Swan's around bench with a big gap in the smoke to try and exploit, but there's 2 kills back as ATK gonna find a way to win. Nope, Swan's got the bomb down.
On.
And, well, Bowden was framed down. It's all to the Beaky, but Beaky has shut down 2 into a one-on-one with Bowden. And again, it goes back to the favor of BHOP. Bowden's killing time, but this killing time might just end up killing him. as Beaky has slipped into market and Bowden's clearing out CT. Is he going to go? No, he's got to go away. There's no way he goes B here. He can't go B. He's got to go away. And he's taking so much time. Beaky will know now. He's got a kit and a bit of extra utility to his name. And he could even just go all the way through Palace. He's going to drop Underpass instead. Where's Bowden going? Is Bowden sitting Hell?
No, he's balcony.
Okay.
No, he's Palace.
All right, that's not a bad spot to hide, but it's not exactly the best Palace plant either. Beaky's dead.
Hey! There's one!
There we go.
All right, all right, all right. You got to start somewhere, and that's where ATK is going to start in the 15th round. They get one. Prevent a 60-0 at the very least. But man, oh man, that's got to be one of the worst first halves of play they've had on Mirage in probably 6 months. That was just not pretty at all. BHOP demolished them. They picked them apart. ATK now have to go onto the CT side, which, as mentioned, very, very strong. No question. But they don't have much room to maneuver with, Austin. In fact, 2 rounds and it's over if they go BHOP's way. So we'll have to wait and see. Finally, a timeout going to be called. This could be a technical issue. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, actually, excuse me. I forgot that we have to go to break, guys. So I am going to throw it to break, and we'll be back after this.
Somehow live in a moment in time where I was yours and you were mine. 'Cause when I'm alone I get lost in my head and I try to think back to the things that you said. But living without you is taking the toll. Feel like I might lose control. When I'm down and can't push through, I know you're the one I can turn to. You make me feel like someone new. 'Cause I'm never sober when I'm with you.
And we're back into this one. Boggs and JRT on the call. ATK and BHOP in the server. Well, maybe just BHOP in the server. Because that half from ATK is something else. There, John.
Yeah, that was
Call it.
That was rough as we're jumping right into the action here. BHOP trying to get a 15th. ATK need to stop them, and at least for now they're doing so. Oh, what was that in jungle? Finally, Eris gets the frag. Swan drops Bowden. 3v3, and BHOP are still going to be standing here. Finally, MOTM and Fady are the last two standing, but Eris is going to make it a 1v1 here. You have to imagine only 1 HP left for MOTM.
Unless he takes out Fady first. There's the crossfire here. Oh, nice drive-by by MOTM. Really good drive-by. Bait and switch with Fady, and ATK will win 2 rounds in a row. So we're not done just yet. We're going a little bit further here, and we'll see if we can go all the way to overtime again. Or somebody wins in regulation, but I mean, I don't know. Overtime. I feel like it's an overtime kind of night tonight.
All
I
right.
see you giving me the death stare.
Yeah. Don't do it. Oh, look, we'll see what happens. But BHOP, 3 Tech 9s, 2 Deagles, and Bowden's just going to run out into underpass and take down Brett. Swan gets a trade, but this is all ATK into this round. Should be a clean one for them. And it is. Sort of. Eris going to get a nice little 1 Deag onto MOTM. Not going to get a bomb plant out of this round because he has to circle all the way around back from the A site towards mid. And, well, probably just going to content himself with another frag at most. Austin, look, we talked about ATK. We hyped them up on their CT side and mentioned how important it is. He's actually going to grab that A1S. Can't really blame him for trying for something at this point. And, well, he does get the frag onto Fady. You have to wonder why ATK is giving him these fights.
They did it on Inferno, too.
They don't need to. The bomb is down. I don't understand, but they're losing bodies, and now it's going to make this next round so much more expensive. He could even get himself another one here. Still, there's even time for him to grab the bomb if they continue to give him fights, but finally they've tucked in here. And you have to imagine that they're not going to really move another muscle. 38 seconds left. Here comes Eris. He'll overlook Swisher's position, and there we go. ATK find a third, but it is expensive.
It is expensive, and that helps out a lot when you're on the T side. It makes the CT buys a lot weaker, and we'll see the lack of utility coming forth here for ATK, the lack of an op for Bowden, and only 2 kits. Not the best case scenario for the CT side. BHOP with some AKs, some Deagles, and a Glock for Eris. Don't normally ever see the Glock as somebody's buy on this kind of a round either, but all Eris has is a Glock and a Molly. Double Deags, double AKs, a smattering of utility throughout the team, and BHOP going to try and do more damage here. There's a decent chance they could even win the round, given their firepower available, and how well they did in that first half, but both teams much more confident on their CT sides. ATK a little more so than BHOP, but it's still a long road back. They've started it off well with 2. The MOTM swings out wide, sprays down 1 and 2, but the AKs are still alive. Nice tap by Mistim onto Brett, leaving just onto Silas, and leaving it all down to Swan and Brett here. As the bomb has not gone down, and there's no real escape for the 2 BHOP players. It's just don't overswing if you're ATK. Don't give them free kills if you're ATK. And
You were saying?
Swan has got at least 1. Just
All
1.
right. Yeah. I think some frustration boiling over for ATK, continuing to try and take these fights, and they want to try and exert some pressure onto BHOP and try to take control back in this map, and they absolutely know that they can't give BHOP another round here. They just need to continue winning round after round after round. Obviously, that full loss bonus is going to kick in, but if they can continue to deny the bomb plant, they'll at least force BHOP onto a buy, save, pattern, assuming they continue to win the rounds. But one mistake, one slip up, and BHOP will get their 15th. Could this be that slip up? Well, Smoke's going to get tossed in the Molotov. Eris gets spammed down by Swisher. And no, it won't be. Swisher and Fady have this set on lockdown. In fact, Eris goes down in his teammate's Molotov. And only Swan left standing. Nothing but a P250 and a prayer. And he will jump out of window or try to. Miss him. Denies him with a riddle of A1S bullets. So, 5th round picked up by ATK and made it look pretty easy. But here comes a full-on buy-up for BHOP Austin.
That is the 3rd time a BHOP player has killed a teammate so far today.
That's crazy.
In
That-
2 maps, they've had 3 team kills.
I can't believe that stat. And they almost won map one. Let's not forget with that many team kills. And here they're up
They've
14
had
to
2
5.
here in map 2.
It's crazy. This has been the weirdest BO3.
Yeah, it's truly been bizarre. And the fact of the matter is, the only thing that would make this more bizarre is if ATK is able to win the 16-14.
Yep.
Which, honestly, at this point,
Hey, look.
I wouldn't be surprised.
BHOP won 14 in a row. ATK can win 14 in a row, you know. So,
Well, they need 15 in a row.
well, yes.
But
Maybe
that's
we
not
just
the start that
we
they
just
needed.
cursed them. I think we'll see.
I think so.
Swan is going to get the opener onto Swisher, and now BHOP have control of mid. ATK just going to give it to them. I'd be very surprised if they continue to challenge. I think Bowden wants to. Man, I don't think this would be the right decision from him if he decides to go up from window here. He did throw a smoke for himself, I believe, or it was thrown in his direction. So he's trying to peek around it. Now the smoke's going to fade away. And here come BHOP trying to pincer on in towards the A site. AK's up and running. 43 seconds left. Fady's going to get a response here finally, and all the frags going ATK's way after the opener was found from BHOP, and it's only BQL left now.
He swung out to the open, spots out a player on top of Ticket. That's MOTM, but he cannot connect the spray long range. MOTM will win that duel, and now the deficit is only 8 rounds. It's only 8 rounds. And the Twilight Zone match continues here.
Yes.
With a CZ on the floor. And a half buy from BHOP, the Galil, some Tech 9s, a Deagle, and make that 2 Deags.
Yeah.
It should be 14-7 here. Keyword should, right?
Yeah.
Just a dry peek out Palace that actually yields a kill. That's interesting. And that is also interesting. I feel like this is a round that BHOP are just trying to run around and get what kills they can. Which 2 is actually not terrible.
All right. Here we go, round number 22. And, you know, we'll see how this next one plays out. It's just strange to see BHOP get that opening frag in such a similar fashion to ATK, right? When Bowden found that, and then everything just collapsed for ATK when they were on their T side, and the exact same thing happens for BHOP. Held off the board so far. We do have the AKs. Nice chunk of util into this one. BQL gets taken down to 50 HP, and a spot there by Bowden, whose op just has not been ringing true throughout this BO3 just yet. Maybe now is the time when he will wake up. We'll have to see. Brett along with Swan falling back into T-spawn, and BHOP just full on resetting. Couple of players pushing into the apartments here.
Nice little jump spot from Fady, who stops the jump spot and prepares a rotation back towards A. Utility going to fly on in. MOTM and Sandwich has to be careful not to get grilled into a panini. And well, he's a burnt sandwich now. He's gone. He's been devoured. Bowden with a nice pick towards top middle. There's another one coming that direction, but Swisher is going in toward bottom mid. He will finish off Beaky, but the bomb's going down on the A side. Utility will fly through. Fady flushed back, will retreat a little safer into CT spawn. Gets timing to now discovered. Low HP player around the corner. The swing comes through for 1,
Nice
but
trade.
Eris will trade that one back. Swisher has the health. Bowden does not. Now the T's are into crossfire. 1 Tetris, 1 in CT. Smoke on toward the bomb on site. Swisher can top on it. He's going to stay on it. He's going to get spammed down by Brett. And this should be 15 for BHOP. It will be 15 for BHOP. It's Brett with 3 on the round. The op picked back up for Swan. And map point here for BHOP. A third map. Looked very likely after that 14-1 half. It's almost secured now.
Yeah. Some signs of life from ATK at the very least into this second half, but it's just so hard to overcome a 14-1 scoreline. And now, well, they just have to win out in regulation to keep it here on Mirage. BHOP looking for that mid control, and ATK are challenging in a very big way. One from Connector, one from Cat. MOTM peering around the edge of the smoke. BHOP decide to abandon mid for the time being. Could just be lining up some utility. Nope, Swan's waiting for a push. They're expecting aggression to come through from ATK, but so far, a very slow start to this round.
A slower start, but BHOP are just probing around. They're trying to throw ATK into a little bit of chaos. They got rounds to play with, and they also have momentum and joviality on their side. OTM holding with a rifle out on the underpass prop from Brett. A leg shot
Swisher.
onto Swisher, though, will take MOTM off the angle and give Brett a chance to get out of under. When it comes down to time, he just runs right into MOTM, who's two tunnel visioned up towards top middle. Molotov to flush missed him out of position as 8 BHOP players are starting to hop around the site. Nice flick around from Mistum, but he's going to go into the fire, smoke that one up over top, and mowed down by Eris. A clutch spray down from the player of BHOP. Fady in the meantime gets one, but Swisher is domed by Swan's AWP. Leaving it all down to Fady of ATK. Flashbang high reveals the position of Swan, who crosses back safely. A flash is here for Fady, and that's all the utility he has. Up into the sky it goes. He's lucky to get... No, he's not even going to get that one onto Beaky. Shut down